You know what I love? Not doing absolutely anything. Just sitting here and existing. Taking a deep breath and just going blank. Life shouldn't be overwhelming, but it is. There's always so much going on, and everyone always tells you that you have to find a balance. However, that balance doesn't exist, and you should just learn how to be. It feels impossible to balance the daily tasks of life now. You have to find a balance with work, your social life, your hobbies, your side hustles, relationships, your family, time for yourself, keeping your physical in check, buying groceries, doing chores, and eating, cooking food, and all this other stuff. It seems like a never ending rock that we have to push up a cliff, and it's just exhausting. After that, it still doesn't feel like enough. It still feels like you need to do more, and you can't just sit down and do absolutely nothing. I feel like I'm a plate spinner just waiting for a plate to like fall down and break. And I know it's not the end of the world if you mess up, but sometimes it just kind of feels like it. The only time I generally enjoy my life is when I'm unemployed. I can do whatever I want, when I want. I'm someone who knows how to give himself work and keep himself busy. As soon as someone or something begins to take that away from me, I kind of feel frustrated because I kind of feel lost and that you're kind of just taken away from my sense of purpose. It sucks to know what your purpose is in life and only for it to be taken away from you. That just really grinds my gears. However, some people can't manage themselves and don't know what to do when they're not at work. I'm glad I'm not that kind of person, to be honest. There's more to life than just being tied to the corporate ladder and climbing up it, and that life is slowly changing for a lot of people. Now we have those heavenly glowing rectangles in our pockets 24/7 that are just glued to our hands, only to give us cheap dopamine and feel like we accomplished something, even though we haven't even done anything. Then we have all the fake news, AI content, all the destruction, systematic problems, political problems, class problems. There's grifters, you got to deal with mental health issues. There's a bunch of advertisements shoved down your throat. And money. Money is being talked about a lot as of recently. And we're only scratching the surface on these little heavenly rectangles we call our phones. My poor little brain is fully developed, but it sure doesn't feel like it anymore. It's like nobody gets to live anymore. The human population has a spiritual warfare, and no one seems to be able to find how to be spiritual again, or to be themselves, or to exist within themselves. The type of shit I need to not go insane is quite a long list. Like these days, the list just keeps getting longer and longer. My favorite way to do absolutely nothing is just to lie down on my bed, throw on some ambient music, and just sit alone with my thoughts. I like to see what I can come up with. It's a wild time in there, to be honest. And personally, I just love ambient music. It's my favorite genre by far, according to Spotify Wrapped, of course. I'll set a time, just lay for like a good 20 minutes and just kind of sit there. And then the timer is there just in case I don't want to fall asleep because I actually don't really like napping. So this isn't a nap because I try not to fall asleep, or I normally don't fall asleep. I just lay there and I just exist. I breathe and I just feel so much better. On top of all of that, I love going for my walks. I call them old man walks because I feel like that's what old people do. And my friends call me old because I like to tell them that I go for walks. But I like what I like, so I like to go for walks. I go for walks when it's scorching hot or even freezing cold. I need to go outside and breathe some air. I need to go outside and touch some grass, or at least look at nature. I go on multiple walks a day. I stare right into the sun and absorb that shit. Not actually, but you know what I mean. I can't get enough of that. Like, personally, just give me skin cancer, I guess. Like, I need to see my friends. We need to hang out. I want to see the homies and I want to do some activities. They don't even have to cost much or do anything crazy. We could just sit and chill. Like, let's go out and listen to a DJ. We could go to listen to a band. There's some jazz bands. We go to a play, an opera, a museum, mini golf, a picnic, you name it. Literally anything. I feel like I isolate myself quite a bit from people because I'm always working and making it out, or trying to make it out of the system, to be honest, so I can be my own being. But that doesn't mean I've ghosted or died. Everyone just seems to be so busy nowadays trying to find that balance that everyone is looking for. Like, god damn it, I want to make music, I want to make art, and I want to continue making clothes for my streetwear brand. I want to make something that people want to listen to. I want to make something that people want to put in their homes. I want to make something that people want to wear. Like, I just want to learn so much to the point where like my brain just implodes on itself. And then on top of that, I just want to expand all these skills too. Like, I want to learn more instruments. Like, personally, right now, I make, or not I make, but well, I produce house music, and I also know how to play like the guitar and the bass and the piano pretty decently well. I'm not like a savant or anything like that, but there's also instruments I would like to learn. Like, I would love to learn the harp or the violin and the drums. Maybe like, I don't know, just some of those are just off the top of my head. And then for art, things I want to learn next are just like sculpting and ceramics. So I can just build something weird and have like sculptures in my home and give it to other people as well. Like, I want to travel and try new foods, but I always feel kind of stressed out from like money and stuff. So like, I don't know, it's just like a conflicting battle with me. Like, I want to learn how to cook like new foods. Like, personally this year I've been cooking a lot of different foods and like following recipes, and honestly it's been kind of nice because I don't have to go out and spend money. Well, you still have to spend money on groceries, but you know what I mean. Also, it's pretty therapeutic. I have some friends that don't enjoy cooking, but personally, I love making food that I get to eat, and I'm just like, wow, this came out fire. And most of it's pretty healthy too. Of course, I love my sweets here and there and need a little sweet treat. But even when I'm like traveling and stuff, or when I do want to travel, I want to learn new languages. Like, I want to physically be there. I don't want to be there for like 1 week or 2 weeks. That's like a field trip. You're not like actually traveling. I want to like experience the culture. I want to try new foods. I want to learn new words. Personally, I would love to learn more languages because here in America, no one learns any other languages because we're like so arrogant and full of ourselves that we think English is the only thing that we should learn. I have a cousin who was born in Cyprus, which is where my dad grew up, and she knows like 3 languages. And I'm just like, wow, I feel like I fucking suck. I mean, of course, there's always going to be people that are better than you, but that's just because that's just how I feel. Like, I took French in high school, but like, I don't remember anything. So I want to learn just more things. There's just so much to do. And that's all I want to do. I just want to learn, I want to hang out, and I want to exist. Why is that so much to ask? I want to simply exist. That is my goal in life. Of course, there are a lot of things that I want to learn and I want to expand my creativity, but to exist without boundaries is how I must live to not go insane. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys made this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you like any of this commentary. Let me know what you guys do to not go insane, because I feel like everyone's going insane right now. If you want to follow my creative endeavors as well, those are linked in the description too. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.